with Atlantic in the past. But that don't mean y'all niggas don't own my voice. Y'all niggas right now doing some bitch shit. Right now, y'all paying. So Atlantic went to TMZ to say, "Yo, we didn't use no bots. We didn't juice Don Toliver's numbers or no other artist numbers." Rep for Don Toliver tells, just like other blah blah. Atlantic Records denies cooking the books, telling TMZ Atlantic Records has never used bots for any of our artists. Atlantic, I know y'all already reached out. And, you know what I mean? I might just let y'all lie continue. But you know I could provide 100,000% proof that y'all paid out invoices to people who were faking streams. But it won't, like, I'm not at war with y'all. It's not beef. You know what I mean? I just want y'all to, like, do right by the artist. Because here's what's going on in Atlantic. Atlantic, I showed y'all this before. Atlantic Records is owned by Warner Music Group, okay? I just want to point it out. Look, Atlantic Records, look at it over here. Atlantic Records, founded by blah, it's ownership, Warner Music Group, okay? This is all Google search, people. I know sometimes you might be like, oh, I could really be knowing shit. No, like, bro, just, if you really care about this shit and you follow a lot of stuff, you'll know this shit too. Warner Music Group announces IPO. They were owned by the Blavatnik family. It was these Russian, I don't know, call them oligarch, but like these Russian individuals, and yeah, like they're really rich. The company went public. If you look, and by the way, initial offer. So when they went on the stock market, Warner's thing was 25 per share. They wanted to make it, and this was 2020. They wanted to make it that the stock went up. A lot of stocks, for example, Uber, Lyft, they announced the IPO, and that number they started with only went down. So, like, obviously, investors aren't that big on it. How do you get investors to be big on your stock or your company? You got to show them you're making money, or you got to show them you're not losing that much money. And what's happened since then, I could look at this now, Warner Music stock price. This is all Google, people. They start, look, I'm going to go a 5-year thing. 5-year thing. They started really in 2020. They started at 25, okay? They started at 25, and to this day, they're at 32, which means they've gone up $7. The majority of companies that have started in 2020 has gone down a lot. Everything. Let me show you another example. Tesla. Well, let me not use Tesla. Let me use Microsoft. Microsoft stock price. Microsoft stock price. I want to, let's say even the last year, right? The last year, straight down. You get what I mean? Even the last 5 years, if we start from 2020, yeah, there's a slight increase, but like it peaked around like 2021, then it's going down rapidly. These are established companies though that got inflated growth because of the pandemic and a lot of other things and whatever. Ooh, who just donated a bunch of subs? Which king just donated a bunch of subs? Hold on. I gotta go check this out. Some nigga did donate. Everybody, oh, it's Whiny again. Is it Whiny? Oh, Whiny is fucking goated. Everybody spam Big W Whiny Tugboat. He's gifting mad subs. Mellow Dog, thank you for the sub as well. Blue Beret, Hove Man, and a few of you guys. Anyway, back to the stock argument. Warner Music Group stock price. Now, obviously, especially in the last year, the way how stock prices have looked is usually not like around averaging the same thing. It's usually either going up, usually pre 2021, or going down after 2021. Regardless, they've been doing okay on the stock market. How do you do okay on the stock market? You got to show time and time again you're breaking new metrics. Like, for example, if you look at like Spotify, when people think about the stock for Spotify, people want to know that Spotify is still adding record numbers of people and subscribers, that they're, like all the metrics of retention and all that stuff is going up. If that's the case, these bigger companies and hedge funds are going to rate the stock higher and probably put more money into it, which leads the rest of the sheep, the masses, to put more money into it. Stock price goes up. So how does Warner manipulate that? Warner's trying to manipulate that by trying to say that they're a profitable company. Here's the problem with record companies as opposed to like a Spotify or like a Microsoft. When you're a record company, you will spend $100 million today or this year, but you will be planning to make $300 million in the next 15 years or 10 years because of the $100 million you spent today or this year. The stock market reports earnings and reports things quarterly. So how could you make that make sense? What Atlantic has done, they've stopped spending. Well, let's not take no more chances. Yes, Meek is up for a new deal, but let's lowball him. That we won't give him. Let's do the same to YoungBoy. Let's do the same to Kodak. Shit, they're all leaving. Fuck it. We have their catalog. They own the catalog with Dreams and Nightmare. They own the catalog with, Tunnel Vision. They own the catalog with motherfucking, I'm going outside today. Like, they own all that shit. So they're like, yo, we could just not spend money and make money. And what's going to make the stock price go up? When we don't spend, but we make. So that's why they're allowing all their artists to leave. They're allowing A&Rs to leave. And they're just capitalizing and just monetizing off of old contracts in sense of them owning these people's catalogs. They're just monetizing off of that. So they're licensing it, allowing it to gain like additional revenue. And what happens is that when they have these quarterly earning calls, which that's why I brought this up earlier, continue to article. Watch this. And I believe this is okay. Warner's earning calls on Tuesday, which just happens like 5 days ago, ended on an upbeat note, and it's easy to see why. They posted $1.5 billion for 3 months to the end of September, which is a 16% year over year at constant currency. So last year compared to this year, they increased 16%. It's easy to increase 16%. Y'all declined to pay out, which could possibly be, or decline to sign contracts with artists on Atlantic that could possibly be worth up to, say, $70 to $80 million combined for all those artists. You're not spending. You feel me? Of course you're going to show a lot of, I think this is a gross right here. As a result, the stock price, look, the share price flew upwards of 15%. By the way, chat, I want y'all to, I'm gonna monitor the stock price because after my tweet today, right? So my tweet today, think where the stock price is at. Stock price is at 32.6, which, by the way, the amount of people who reached out to me, if by the luck of the draw I had tweeted what I tweeted out 6 days ago, their earnings call, no matter what it was, would probably have to address the tweet, and the stock price wouldn't be getting upgraded and going so crazy. Anyway, I'll watch the stock price to see if that mattered at all. Anyway, the point what I'm trying to say, they're playing a stock market game. They're not like, yeah, they're in the music business, but they're not treating the music business how you need to treat it to win. They're playing a stock price. Okay, look, Bank of America upgraded the stock. Because of they heard, oh shit, y'all had $1.5 billion in revenue. Oh, we're upgrading the firm stock. Fittingly, its glowing quarterly earnings announcements was in the last Steve Cooper 11-year tenure, blah, blah. This guy was running shit. Anyway. Okay. Let me get to some real shit. Naturally, the raw numbers to true over. WMG's recorded music revenues was 13 points, so they increased 13.1% year over year at a constant currency in a quarter, with recorded music streaming of 4.7 year over year. Okay, music publishing revenues, which most of these publishings, or they have a good share usually. Yet the most illuminating news to Tumblr, blah blah blah, came from let me see if anything Warner Music categorized revenue from a bunch of social gaming and video streaming platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Roblox. Okay, amongst them as alternative emerging platforms. You might blah blah. There was generating $273 million from these platforms. Blah, blah. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that could. They confirmed that, including our recent deal with Meta, our annualized revenue from emerging platforms is $370 million. That extrapolation, okay. I know some of y'all might be like, yo, we just don't give a fuck about some of this shit. You probably won't hear anything about Atlantic. There's another call that mentions Atlantic directly. Let me just type in Atlantic. Okay, you don't hear Atlantic in that call right there, or that breakdown. Warner Music Group earnings call. Okay, I'm gonna find another one. Oh, this was the earning calls right here. Okay, you can hear the whole thing. By the way, when these companies are public, you can actually hear it. You click on this bitch, you fucking listen to the shit. You feel me? Listen to webcast. First name straight, last name drop. Look, straight drop. Email, I'm at shelbycounty@gmail.com. Company, mind your business. Okay, submit. It should just let us in.
Good morning, and welcome to Warner Music Group's fourth quarter earnings call for the period of fiscal year ended September 30th, 2022. At the request of Warner Music Group, today's call is being recorded for replay purposes, and if you object, you may disconnect at any time. Now, I would like to turn today's call over to your host, Mr. Kareem Chen, Head of Investor Relations. You may begin.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Warner Music Group's fiscal fourth quarter and full year earnings conference call. Please note that our earnings press release, earnings snapshot, and the
chat. This is why I'm unfuckable with, because I'll sit here and listen to y'all an hour and two. It's an hour and 2 minutes long. I listen to this whole shit, take notes. I'll be having a great time watching this shit, because you know what? I come with the extra information that niggas too lazy to go watch. Okay, I listen to this boring ass call. Trust me.
Form 10-K we filed this morning will be available on our website.
Let's start skipping through.
$370 million this quarter. We look forward to the continued evolution of our deals as these platforms harness the power of user-generated content, not just for music discovery, but for marketing and monetization.
They talk about TikTok.
Payment company operating in over 70.
Anyway, if y'all want a link to this, I can send it. Matter of fact, let me download it. Let me download this. It's a webcast, so I can't download it. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, Warner earning calls Atlantic. I'm gonna just find because people actually write it out. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, here's the summary of the call. Is Atlantic in here? Atlantic. Okay. Cool. Here we go. Our momentum, blah, 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 blah. They're talking about Grammys now because they got to get everybody stoked up. They says, and 6 E's for Atlantic, Lizzo, and, oh yeah, I forgot, 300, they did a deal for 300 Entertainment. 300 Entertainment was a sovereign label, but they bought 300 Entertainment. So technically, Meg Thee Stallion, and that's